Hey everybody, so I don't really quite know what the purposes of this video is going to be, just basically a little vlog that I'm going to do. It's been an interesting few weeks. Basically, to give you a rundown, my car broke down on the way home from work, overheated, so that's a thing. I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong mechanically. I just needed to replace a part. And if you saw videos that I posted recently, I attempted to try to replace that part. And then failed because I broke my car even further. I have basically started walking to and forth certain places and taking the bus a lot. I'm currently contemplating picking up a bike so that I can be a little bit more mobile and not have to spend so much time out in the heat. Biking isn't too unknown to me. I biked pretty much all throughout my 6, almost 7 years of high school when I was in Australia. And so it probably wouldn't be that bad. It helped me get rid of some of my paunch, but you know, it's nothing that I'm unfamiliar with. It's just the biggest thing that sucks about not having a vehicle, even a vehicle that has no AC, which that's my car, is that, you know, spending a lot of time in the heat, it sucks. Because summer in Arizona, it's kind of hot. And winter isn't what I would necessarily always call winter. Something that I would consider calling maybe like second summer, or less hot summer, or cold summer. Either way, summer is still there. But you know, that's a thing. So, you know, buying bus passes instead of paying for gas, it's relatively the same thing. I mean, like what, like 30? It's actually somewhat more expensive, which that's depressing too. But you know what? It's a cost of living, and you know, it's just because I'm trying to get to work. But on top of that, you know, it's like stuff like just, you know, trying to actually get to work and, you know, not getting there on time because I have to be reliant on public transportation. But you know, that's also my problem. I have other options, and that's perfectly fine too. But it's like when when you try to tell somebody who clearly makes money that you're having money type issues, and their response is, well, oh, I completely understand what you're talking about, because, you know, it's like I had to spend like $1,000 on this, and it's like, you know, I got into a little bit of a car accident and I had like $3,000 furniture in the back of my truck and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't want to hear that. I really don't want to hear that. It's like, I understand that you had a problem, but currently I'm venting at you, and I just want somebody to listen. I don't want to hear about your slightly more expensive problems that you and all of your family members, or you and your wife, or you and your more significant paycheck can actually handle. It's just, you know, it's not appropriate, and basically that's sort of the time where you sort of got to turn like that little bit of a listening ear. But you know, that's again, it's beside the point. But you know, it's like I managed to break my car even further, and I've had adventures trying to take laundry from, you know, here to, you know, a laundromat like a couple miles down the road via either Uber or bus or walking, and that's a lot of fun too. I've had adventures with, you know, yelling at my apartment complex to let me know when the actual laundry room that's here is, you know, ready for actual use, because it burnt down. Some idiot either burned it down, or due to the fact that this apartment complex kind of sucks, there was faulty wiring, or the dryer ports were clogged and it just caught fire one day. So they're not wanting to take any of the blame, so they're willing to blame somebody else, and I'm okay with that. Just fix it. So there's that, and then there's the fact that a couple days ago someone decided to steal my scooter. And I'll post a little picture of it. You know, it's not that big a deal. The scooter, it's like I wake up, you know, I get ready for work, I go out, I'm getting ready to head to the bus stop, I look out to my car and I'm like, something's missing. And, you know, lo and behold, it's a scooter. And I stand there for what seems like 10 minutes in shock, but then I have to, you know, I have to leave. I've got no time to stand around and just like look at it. So basically, like I'm calling my apartment complex and telling them, it's like, hey, I picked a gated community for a reason. Fix the gates. Because, you know, this time it might be my scooter, but next time, what if it's somebody's house? that actually gets broken into. So I don't expect a reply, and I didn't get one. The afternoon after I got off work, basically I call them and say, it's like, hey, thanks for your courteous reply and letting me know that you're going to do something about it, but obviously that's a lie because you didn't. Thanks for being consistent. Probably a dick move, but that's okay. I really don't care either. They're not going to say anything. I'm just going to keep on treating them like absolute dirt because that's how they treat their tenants. And by the way, Fountain Oaks apartment complex. I mean, if I'm already throwing them under the bus, I might as well give them a name. I don't live there. Don't. I'm only here because I have a lease, and that's basically where it is. And I actually like the area that I live in, based on the fact that it's close to both jobs. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, it seems to be one thing after another. Thankfully, there's other options. I have at least some things in my life that are going somewhat positive. So I am thankful for the friend that I have and the people that I know at work, because at least that's a way to take my mind off of things. This too is a way to take my mind off things, because when creating content for this, I feel a lot better, and I like being creative. It certainly isn't. It is very helpful. So forgive me for rambling. Forgive me for sounding like I'm just sitting here complaining, but the fact of the matter is that I understand that all these things are just life, and I'm taking it all in stride. Part of my nature and attitude towards things is, yes, there's problems, yes, they suck, and yes, I kind of get emotional about it, but I'm always thinking of ways to work around it. And while I might not always make the right decision or the best decisions for future me, present me, basically he knows that I just need to keep on going. And I guess that's the biggest thing that I can say, is that no matter what happens, just keep going, because there's always another way around the situation. You're never just stuck, unless you're in prison, because then you're just stuck. But thankfully I'm not in prison. I still have a job or two. I still make money, and I still have my freedom. So it's not all that bad. It just means a reorganization of priorities, and that's okay. My kitties will keep me company, and they will cheer me up when I've had a rough day, because I know that if anybody's going to listen, it's going to be them. But yeah, that's it. Let me know. I mean, are you having a bad day? Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's just climb on the sad sack pile and let's be good. But anyway, have a good day. I am actually having a good day. It's my bike didn't get stolen yesterday, but the day before. And surprisingly, I'm doing okay. I vented about it. The bike was a piece of absolute garbage. I only liked it because it was yellow. The guy sold it to me, and it had Pikachu stickers on it. The sucker that sold it, it's like the sucker that stole it didn't even get the whole thing. I'm actually very happy because I took some things out of the bike. I took off the license plate. I have the title to it. So it's not like he can do much with it, at least not easily, not in a legal fashion. I've got the little back carrying tub, which has the coolest of the Pikachu stickers on it. But I think I'm going to do a video about one of the things that I actually took out of there, which is something that I did custom for me for that bike. So I think probably that'll turn into a video. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, we'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for listening.